everybody, we're here and we have Articuno. So I'm going to be doing all three birds. Um, first things first. Legendaries are intended to be used. If the Pokemon is usable, it's intended to be used. If it's not intended to be used, you won't be able to get it. There is a very small handful of Pokemon that aren't available. Um, excuse me. Maybe as like a Easter egg post game, you can catch them, but they're not going to be catchable otherwise. But Articuno is available in the main story. In the wormholes, there will be a lot of, I guess you could say, lower tier legendaries that are totally like viable and balanced and intended to be used. I mean, if you had a whole team of them, it might get kind of excessive. But same goes for any pseudos or whatever, same base total or similar, or semi pseudos even. If you had a whole team of those, it might be kind of excessive. But even then, play however you want. I'm sure you'd be fine. Or I'm sure like it wouldn't be that easy as long as you, yeah. Getting off topic, but my point being is that all of the lower tier quote unquote legendaries are intended to be used and they are catchable in the main story. Likely around late Ula Ula, early Pony for the most part. All of them will be bundled up around there, and the wormholes and maybe some island scans and some other stuff. So yeah, that is that. So this is not like a waste of a entry. Like, this is genuinely a valuable, usable mon. So that being said, Articuno was by far the worst of the three. Even with heavy duty boots and Gen 8 and competitive, it just was not great, despite having good special defense and like pretty good bulk overall. So what I did is all three of them now have 80 base HP, just because, again, size is based on HP, and they are birds. They are big birds, but they're still just birds. So I mean, they're pretty large, don't get it twisted, but I just think 80 base HP fits them better because they're not like super bulky looking either. So that also gives me more stat points to work with. And then Articuno, so the other two are actually going to be mixed attackers, but all specially biased. And all three of them will have base 125 special attack. So all three have the same special attack now. But Moltres will be stronger, and then Zapdos will be the strongest physically. Articuno actually has slightly more base defense than the other two. The other two having, I believe it will go 80 on Moltres and then 75 on Zapdos, or maybe just 80 on Zapdos. We'll see. In a little bit, I'll be finishing those today for sure. Speed is much better as well. So speed and special attack, big buffs in exchange for some HP and defense. Attack does not matter, obviously, because they are not mixed unlike the other two. So stats are much better. I mean, you have great special bulk now, great speed tier. Oh, I have to add them to the speed tier guide as well. Let me do that. Let's throw them in right here. I also forgot to add Kabutops, I realized, so I will add them in the 108. I'll make a new tier real quick. Let's just seem annoying. I hate doing the new boxes because it fucks with the format, but it's okay. Well, it's not that big a deal. You just gotta drag two of them down. But yeah, the speed tier helps a lot because of their new ability, Snow Warning. They can get fast Auroraville up, and Auroraville is, I mean, I don't need to explain why that's good. It's excellent. It's amazing. You can use Light Clay and Snow Warning and 105 base speed. Alolan Ninetales is faster than you, but you're a lot bulkier than Alolan Ninetales, and you have a different typing and later game counter, blah blah blah. So that's really awesome. Let me throw Kabutops there, and also Kabuto has to go on there. Forgot those guys. I think I did Almanite and Almastar. I just forgot about Kabutops. I did Aerodactyl and all them as well, and I did Snorlax. I just got to throw Kabutops and Kabuto on there. Excuse me while I do this. Oh, I also forgot to put Bide. Did I put Bide in the files yesterday? Or Munchlax? Let's check. I did not. Let's do that. Level 1 Bide. There we go. Okay. Doesn't really matter too much. And Snorlax can have it too. Sure, I don't know why you'd ever use it, but maybe you want to do a meme strategy with Bide. Okay. Good to go. So, did I copy Kabutops? Oh god, hold on. Sorry, y'all. Come on. There we go. Sorry, y'all. So yeah, Snow Warning is excellent, and you also have Spammable Blizzard, although Blizzard is only 85% accurate, so it's not even that bad. 120 base power, 85% accurate, becomes 100% accurate, so you can spam Blizzard in the hail, and then you get chip damage on opponents that are an Ice type. You activate Slush Rush, you activate Weather Ball, you activate Ice Body, all those other abilities. So Weather Ball's Snow Warning is always good to have, but the main use is obviously Auroraville, and Auroraville is fucking god tier. You can set up with Auroraville yourself, meaning you can use Auroraville into Calm Mind. Or you can just switch out with U-Turn or Parting Shot after you click Auroraville and that's also really good. Really good. Then you can just, basically if you're running light clay over a veil, 105 base speed, get the veil up, you turn out to break a sash if what's in front of you, or parting shot to debuff them, make them weaker. Depends on what you need. U-turn is nice for chip and breaking sashes because a lot of leads might have sashes. Just depends on what you need. And that's great for setup. That enables setup on literally any Pokemon you want, because their bulk is literally doubled for essentially 6 to 7 turns, depending on if you're faster or slower than whatever's in front of you. So that's just god tier, super useful ability. Their other ability is a new ability that I will cover in 2 seconds. As soon as, oh god, wait, I did the wrong one. I have to do, these guys are less, so it's gonna be less work to drag them down. Oh fuck, it did it anyways. All right, whatever. I'll just have to suck it up, I guess. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I fucked up this. Okay, it's fine. 53. Oh, actually. Oh my god, dude, this is so scuffed. Sorry, y'all. I should not be doing this on video, but I just wanted to get this done while I'm talking. While I'm doing this, rather. Yeah, the other ability is a new ability, and it's called Guarding Gale, and that is essentially Delta Stream. So right now, Mega Pidgeot has it, and then all 3 of the birds will have it. And as for other Pokemon I know will have it, I know probably Altaria, and then Vespiquen is going to be great with it. Vespiquen's one of the best mons with it. And it makes so much sense. I'm really happy with it on Vespiquen. A couple other mons I can't exactly think of at this very moment, but yeah. Much more common. And what that does, come on, dude, this is annoying me. What it does is it negates flying type weaknesses. So you become much bulkier, and I will go to the stat page, or sorry, the database page, and show the weaknesses of ice flying. But in fact, ice type is buffed so that it actually has 3 new resistances. If you don't like that, you can, I will either add a patch to just manually remove it. If you really want to play with shitty ice, then be my guest. But just keep in mind that I did balance it with the ice type changes in mind. So a lot of ice types will be worse, but they're still really good. I mean, they have really great exclusive moves and stuff now. Freeze Dry and Glacier and all that stuff. Frost Breath, etc. Is pretty much only on ice types and a couple other exceptions. And also all the ice type moves are just slightly stronger. So, and ice is, and all, like, they all have better abilities, better stats. So it's not like ice types suck or anything. It's just, they also, a lot of them have resilience as well, like Regice and Avalugg. Geez, what was I saying? Really, man? I'm sorry, y'all. Did I add Kabuto? I did not. I was talking about, ice types. Yeah, so the ice type changes. I will cover all that in literally 2 seconds. Oh god, I have to drag these fuckers down too. They're fucking annoying. Come on. I should not be doing this on video, but I know I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now. Come on, little boy, move. I don't care if it's kind of like not exactly centered. It's fine. All right, all that for. Oh my god, wait. You guys are 55. Why did I move them down? Why did I do that? I just wasted my time. Okay, we're good. We're done. We're done with that. So back to what I was saying. There are type chart changes. So ice now resists ground, which is not relevant in this case. Although if you roost, then you resist ground. So that's something, because when you roost, you lose your flying typing for the turn, or rather, you become grounded, so you can be hit by ground type moves, but you'll still resist it because ice type resists ground now. Otherwise, you now resist flying and dragon, and then you are neutral to ice because you are part flying. So Articuno's actual type effectiveness is it has a resistance to grass, bug, flying, and dragon. So it has 4 resistances, 1 immunity and ground, and then 3 weaknesses with fire, electric, steel, and then rock is a 4 times weakness. With Guarding Gale, though, the electric weakness is gone. And then your rock weakness is only 2 times. So with Guarding Gale, you only have a 2 times weakness to fire, rocket, steel. So that is great. So Aurora Veil, Snowboarding, Blizzard, all that crap is great, and Guarding Gale is great. So it's really just a matter of situations, and whatever you're fighting, whatever fight is coming up, you're going to be switching your abilities with infinite ability capsules and just toggling it on and off. And again, with your speed stat, you can also set up Calm Mind really nicely and sweep yourself. You have really good coverage now. So you have dual stab priority with Gust and Frost Flurry. You have good stab all around with Air Slash or Featherball Aurora Beam, which lower attack. So these are 70 base power and lower attack -1, Featherball and Aurora Beam. So those are really nice to have. It's kind of like Mystical Fire. So that's great to have. Air Slash, it's 10 base power stronger and has a 30% chance to flinch, but it is, of course, not as like utility usable, so that's more for offensive sets. And then eventually you will get Aeroblast, which is 65 base power, 5 PP, but it always crits, so that's effectively 98 base power, and that of course bypasses stat drops and stat boosts and all that stuff. So that's great to have. Freeze Dry is the exact, sorry, Frost Breath and Aeroblast are the same move, just different types. Same with Featherball and Aurora Beam, and then that's great to have. You have Glaciate at level 60, which is really powerful. 10 base power weaker than Blizzard, but 90% accurate. So on Guard and Gale sets, Glaciate is really good, and it lowers speed by 2. Versus Blizzard just has the 10% chance to freeze. So Glaciate is great there. Coverage-wise, you have also you have Freezer Burn, and also Sheer Cold is very. It's like a meme. It's 1 PP and it doesn't miss, so you get a guaranteed kill on something. Articuno actually gets to level 70. Did I record? I did. Articuno gets to level 70, but most other ones that get these Oko moves are level 100, which basically means you only have it for the league and then post game. But Articuno will have it at 70, which is like a couple extra battles, like maybe Hapu, which is kind of useless on Hapu, but it's there. Maybe Gladion, which it might be okay for, and then like the Victory Road or the Ice Cave, whatever the fuck it's called, Mount Lanakila. No, yeah, Mount Lanakila, yeah. The Mount Lanakila trainers. God, I speak fast. You have utility with, like I said, Parting Shot, Taunt, Aurora Veil, Reflect Light Screen without Aurora Veil. Excuse me, although I don't know why you'd ever run them, but they're there just for logic. Calm Mind is great. Natural Gift and Nature Power are really useful. So that's coverage. It's not really for utility. Haze is great for like stopping sweeps. Whirlwind is nice also for stopping sweeps, although in a different way, and that it can also just give you setup potential, because you can, like, for example, oh crap, there's an anti-setup or a fast taunt mon in front of me. Let me click Whirlwind. So this is really good, by the way, so listen to this if you're like background listening. What you could do is, for example, taunt lead, anti-setup lead. They will click taunt on you, so instead you can do priority Whirlwind, switch them the fuck out, and then you can set up. Then you can click your Aurora with Snow Warning. Then you can Calm Mind up 3 times, which is the max, and then you can be chilling. You can run like max defense investment and max HP, whatever the fuck, and then just go to town there. There's a bit of RNG involved though with that, which is why it's not so overpowered, because you have to get lucky with what you bring in. If you bring something in that kills you, or also prevents setup, then you're kind of fucked. But if you bring in the right mon, then you're chilling. So that's really nice to have. Sheer Cold is really niche, but it's there just for flavor because it's Articuno. Freezer Burn is great though. So Freezer Burn is 180 base power and it always burns. Logic being because of like frostbite or whatever, essentially, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then yeah, that is really powerful with Power Herb. 1 PP, so 1-time use. That's mostly the only reason these have 1 PP is, well, number 1, because they're basically Z moves anyways, and then number 2 is because, and also there's Z moves at 250 base power if you want that as well. But number 2 is because, come on, that's another buff for ice types, by the way. Icebreaker and Freezer Burn and all these great ice type moves I made. It's really, really great, guys. It's so if you do choose to play with the patch that removes the type chart changes, then go ahead. It's really stinky. I wouldn't do it if I were you. I would just play with the way I intended, but to each their own. I know some people hate that kind of stuff, and I also kind of hate it too, which is why I only made 3. I only made very logical ones. Like, I didn't really want to go overboard. I don't want to rework the whole fucking type chart. That can get really annoying because the Pokemon type chart already makes no fucking sense. So there's no point in trying to make it out. Like, there's no point if you start trying to do logical shit. Like, oh, well, what if poison did this? Or what if da-da-da-da? You just get into you open up a whole can of worms that is better left closed. So, yeah. Last thing I want to cover, so I already covered all the utility, I covered all the abilities, I covered the stats. Last thing I want to cover is their coverage options. So you have Ancient Power, which is 60 base power, 10 PP, blah, blah, blah. You have Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball for ghost type coverage. You have Signal Beam, which is 80 base power, 25% chance to boost your special attack. You have Dazzling Gleam, which is the same thing, just fairy type. So you have Bug coverage, Ghost, actually I'll list them all the types at the end. But you have Signal Beam, like I said. You have Water Pulse, which is 60 base power, and it has a 30% chance to boost. Sorry, 15% chance to boost all your stats. Same with Ominous Wind. And then Shadow Ball is obviously stronger than Ominous Wind and more reliable. You have Hidden Power, I guess, technically. Weather Ball in other weathers, like if you're running another weather team with like a guarding. Oh, although actually, Weather Ball is actually impossible to use. Never mind. Weather Ball, well, not impossible to use rather, but Weather Ball in snow or hail is actually potentially stronger than Ice Beam because it's the same base power as Ice Beam, but it has a 50% chance to drop Spadef, while Ice Beam just has a 10% freeze chance. So Weather Ball in the snow and the hail is also really nice to have instead of Blizzard late game. Pick and choose. You could even argue Weather Ball might be better. The only difference is that it's not permanent. Versus Blizzard will work outside of the hail if something gets overwritten or you run out of turns. Man, there's a lot of people on the sheet right now. It makes me happy. Makes me happy. Makes me smile. Other coverage I saw. So I was going in order. Nature power rather is nice in terrain. Although technically terrain wouldn't work because it's immune to terrain because it's flying type. So never mind on that. Nature power is mostly just for having the option in like if let's say you're fighting a boss fight that is on like a grassy terrain, then you get Energy Ball or whatever. It's a niche, but it's nice to have and it fits because they're legendary birds. They're like in tune with nature or whatnot. They already maybe have got it. I actually low-key forgot to check if they did not. Okay. Wait, that's a Gen 6 or BDSP rather. I'm hungry. I need to cook after this video. I'm fucking starving. Okay, I didn't get it. Just wanted to check. Sorry. Psychic is great coverage, so you have Psychic there. And then you have Natural Gift, which can become any type in the game. Literally every special attacker, besides like a couple of random ones that don't make sense to get it, like Porygon, have Natural Gift. That is a 110 base power move, single time use of any type. And you also, so basically you're giving up your item slot and a move slot. Although the move slot is not a big deal because it's a TM, which is why I made it a TM, so you can reteach it on and off. So it's very situational, but it's very good in those situations. So, for example, you can run Fire type or Fighting type Natural Gift against a mon that you need to sweep. So say you're running that Calm Mind Whirlwind strategy, and you everything on that team dies to Ice move besides one mon, and you don't have a covered move for them. You don't want to whisk the Focus Blast Mist, or they're not weak to Flash Cannon or whatever it is. Then you can run Natural Gift with a berry. With for example, any berry, basically any super effective berry will become a 110 base power move of that type. So that's great to have for any special attacker, really. I just figured I'd mention it here because I'm being thorough. Flash Cannon is nice, 110 base power, 90% accurate. Steel coverage is pretty good on ice types. It hits fairies and it hits rocks and other stuff in ice types. So ice and rock resist your stabs, and you can run Flash Cannons at them, and it's really powerful in general, 110 base power. And then you have Focus Blast lastly as your other coverage option, which is just really, really solid. Obviously, fighting coverage is great on ice types. And that's about it for coverage. So you have Ghost, Psychic, Bug, Fairy, technically Water, but it's weak, Steel, Fighting, and technically Rock, but it's weak. And then you have Natural Gift and Nature Power and Hidden Power. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Articuno is super great. The other two will also be great, obviously, but Articuno was infamously the worst of the three. So now all three are much more equal and much more uneven playing fields. I would say Articuno might even be the best on paper, but not really, because like you'll see. I mean, situational stuff context always matters, So they're all great. All three of them are really strong and not overpowered or anything. Just very solid, like game mons to have as an option. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon.